Hi, this is Attorney Hanshi, and welcome to Corny Tips, the Law in the Market. Our topic for today's discussion is Module 2 of Criminal Procedure. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we discuss Module 2. Okay, now guys, this is Module 2 is Prosecution of Offenses. Simple translation. Paano pinafile ang isang kaso? Saan ipinafile, kanino ipinafile ang isang criminal case. So, first, criminal actions, how is it instituted? First, what is also a criminal action? It is a one by which the state prosecutes a person for an act or omission punishable by law. Siyempre, the act should be punishable first. So, it must be covered by a law. It's under the revised penal code or under a special law. Okay? Now, how is it instituted? The institution of a criminal action depends upon whether the offense requires a preliminary investigation. So usually, where a preliminary investigation is required, a criminal action is instituted by filing the complaint with the proper officer for the purpose of conducting the requisite preliminary investigation. So, sino yon? Kanino ipinafile? Siyempre, by filing the complaint sa fiscal or by filing the complaint or information sa municipal trial court or municipal circuit trial court. Nowadays, it is only simple. All criminal cases are filed with the provincial prosecutor or the city prosecutor as the case may be. So, simplihan lang yun. Now, ito yung clue if you are located in a city, for example, in Metro Manila and other chartered cities, the complaint shall be filed with the prosecutor regardless of the imposable penalty. Okay? For Metro Manila and other chartered cities, meaning Iloilo City, Legazpi City, Davao, all criminal cases, the complaint of which shall be filed with the city prosecutor. Okay? Cases falling within the jurisdiction of the RTC are always commenced by information filed by the prosecutor. So, all cases are filed with the prosecutor's office, city prosecutor's office. Now, if the cases fall outside of Metro Manila or outside of the chartered cities, the cases shall be filed with the provincial prosecutor having jurisdiction of the criminal case. So, for example, here in Iloilo, if the criminal case happened in Iloilo, outside of Iloilo City, meaning Haniway, other municipalities, Banate, the case is filed with the provincial prosecutor. Okay? The case is filed with the provincial prosecutor. Now, if it happened inside Iloilo City within the territorial jurisdiction of Iloilo City, the case should be initiated with the office of the city prosecutor of Iloilo City. Okay. Here in Pasay City, all criminal cases that happened within the territorial jurisdiction of Pasay City is filed with the office of the city prosecutor. The complaint is filed with the office of the city prosecutor. Why? Because venue is jurisdictional. Okay? Next. So, there's a question here. Can the complaint or information be directly filed in the regional trial court? No. Before, oo. But now, there is no more direct filing of information or complaint with the RTC because its jurisdiction covers offenses which require preliminary investigation. And the fiscal and the office of the city prosecutor is required to conduct preliminary investigation over those cases. Okay? Next. What is the effect of institution of the criminal action on the prescriptive period? Okay. Don't forget, guys, the prescriptive period of criminal cases. If the case is filed at the office of the city prosecutor, it interrupts the running of the period of prescription of the offense, except the prescriptive period of or violation of special laws and municipal ordinances. So, it shall only be interrupted by the filing of complaint of information in the proper courts. Okay? So, take note, kailangan bago mag-expire ang isang kaso, ay kailangan ma-file na siya sa office ng city prosecutor or provincial prosecutor. Next. What is the rule regarding the prescriptive periods of the cases falling under the authority of the LUPON? So, the prescriptive period shall be suspended from the time of the filing of complaint with the punong barangay, which suspension shall not exceed 60 days. So, meaning, the barangay justice system has only 60 days from the day of filing to finish its proceedings. Otherwise, after 60 days, the prescriptive period for filing an action shall commence. Okay? So, take note sa mga clients natin dyan. Next. Who may file them? So, technically, yung victim. Well, or, sino? What is the concept of an offense or crime that cannot be prosecuted by official? There are crimes or offenses which cannot be prosecuted except on complaint filed by the offended party or if the offended party is a minor. Usually, police yung nag-file. And accompanied with the private complainant. But there are cases na hindi makakapag-file ang pulis at kailangan ay ang private complainant mismo or the offended party ang kailangan maging complainant sa isang. Okay? So these are known as private crimes. Now, are all crimes initiated by a complaint or information filed by the prosecutor? Yes. Okay? All crimes initiated by a complaint or information is filed by the prosecutor. Yes. Except private crimes. So, ano yung mga private crimes ito? Concubinage, adultery, seduction, abduction, defamation, and acts of lasciviousness. Ang kailangan dito, ang complaint shall be filed by the complainant herself. So, it is only subscribed by the prosecutor. Wala pong information na pinafile sa kasong ito. Only a complaint. Okay? Next. So, sino-sino sa mga nabanggit ko kanina ang kailangan mag-file? In adultery or concubinage, it is only the offended spouse and not anymore, and not the kids. Only the offended spouse can file a complaint. Now, if the offended party, okay, next, seduction, abduction, or acts of lasciviousness, it shall be prosecuted exclusively and successively by the following person. So, if the offended party, siyempre, kailangan his parents, grandparents, or guardian. Pag hindi available Ang isa dyan, okay? So, pag walang parents, in the absence of parents, grandparents, or in the absence of grandparents, guardian. Hindi pwedeng diretso sa guardian. Okay? The absence of the offended party's parents or grandparents must be what? Must be explained by the complainant. Okay? So, sa defamation naman, syempre, yung biktima, hindi yung mga kapamilya ng biktima ang kailangan mag-file. Now, so are there instances where the state may initiate an action for seduction, abduction, or acts of lasciviousness? Yes, this is the exception when the offended party dies or becomes incapacitated before a complaint is filed, or he has no known parents, grandparents, or guardians. So, the state may file a complaint in behalf of the offended party. Next. So, sa 7610, which yung kadalasan mga child abuse cases, the complaint may be filed by the offended party, the parents or guardians, even the officer, social worker, representative of a licensed child caring institution ay pwede mag-file, including the barangay chairman. Okay? So, don't forget this. Next. Okay. Now, what is a pardon as distinguished from a consent? A pardon refers to past acts. So, in order to absolve the accused from liability, it must be extended to both offenders. Okay. Usually, in the crimes of rape, pag may nagawa na or other crimes like homicide, kailangan i-pardon mo lahat. This pardon, this is an act of forgiveness provided for by the complainant. Okay? Usually, pag nagkabayaran, nagkaareglohan, kapalit ng pardon, yun, papalayain nila yung akusado. Now, how about consent? Consent refers to future acts. Now, in order to absolve the accused from liability, it is sufficient even if granted only to the offending spouse. Usually, ito yung mga kaso ng may mga kabit. If consented ang pangangabit ng akusado, hindi ka, you are stopped from filing a case for concubinage. So, yeah. So, who can give pardon? Siyempre, sa concubinage and adultery, siyempre, yung only the offended spouse, not otherwise incapacitated. So, sa seduction, abduction, or acts of lasciviousness, the offended minor, usually together with the parents, grandparents, or guardians. So, that's it. Next. Technically, the prosecution, the public prosecutor shall prosecute, direct, and control all criminal actions commenced by a complaint or information, except when a private prosecutor gets an authority from the office of the city prosecutor to prosecute the case. Okay? So, meron siyang authority in writing signed by the chief prosecutor to prosecute the case. Syempre, it is subject to court's approval. Next. So, paano siya makaka-intervene ng private prosecutor? So, usually, they intervene only sa civil, if there is a reservation to institute civil action. And, syempre, they reserve the right to institute it properly. So, only if there is a written authority from the prosecutor. Okay. So, guys, that's it for Module 2. And hope you enjoy this. Once again, this is Attorney Haji. So long and God bless.